Good afternoon and welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee, and the campus of Volunteer State Community College, where we will have a 9-inning contest today between the homestanding Volunteer State Pioneers versus the visiting Rend Lake Warriors from Illinois. I believe it's Ina, Illinois, I-N-A. Could be Ina. I should have checked on that before we got to the broadcast, but a few other things going on today. Had to get the field ready and the broadcast up and running. Good to have you all with us this afternoon. A beautiful sunny day followed some rain last night here in Middle Tennessee, and the series moved up from a Friday-Saturday series to a Thursday-Friday series. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups for today's 9-inning contest. Leading off for the Rend Lake Warriors, Will Henson playing shortstop. Batting second, playing left field, Tyler Bierman. Batting third, playing second base, Ryan Trokey. DJ Moraine, the first baseman, will hit cleanup. And batting fifth, the designated hitter, Colby Guy. Batting sixth, third baseman, Blake Templeton. Batting seventh and catching, Cade Gibson. Out in center field, batting eighth, Ryan St. Ledger. And batting ninth, playing right field, Luke Bullens on the mound for the 4-2 Warriors. For his third start of the year, left-handed pitcher, Lucas Littrell. Be throwing for first-year head coach Chris Modelmog, who's back for his second stint as the head coach at Rend Lake. He was coach from 2001 to 2003 after finishing up as an assistant coach at my alma mater, Belmont College/University. Now the starting lineup for the Pioneers of Volunteer State. Leading off, playing center field, Jake Burris. Batting second, playing shortstop, Ethan Huddleston. Out in right field, Jace Mizell will bat third. Landon Godsey in the cleanup spot, playing first base. Freshman Brody Milton, the designated hitter, batting fifth. Carter Vrabel, batting sixth, will play third base, and Braden Vineyard in the 7-hole will be behind the plate. Hunter Searcy out in left field, batting eighth, and Matt Hall batting ninth, playing second base. And on the mound for the Pioneers, left-handed pitcher, country Cade McKee from Georgetown, Kentucky, 5'11", 195-pound redshirt sophomore. Be on for his third start of the year his fourth start. He's at three starts already, 1-1 record, 14 innings, 17 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 3.21 ERA is Cade McKee. See head coach Jim McGuire in his second year at Vol State out explaining the ground rules to our umpires, Eric Dunsford and Jesse Chesterfield, along with head coach Chris Modelmog. 81 degrees. Some clouds in the sky here in Middle Tennessee. Got some computer issues I'm trying to figure out. Take a quick break. I'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. All right, I think I've got my computer fixed, at least where I'll be able to use it. We are a few minutes away from game time. Not sure if you can see out there, the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard has the remaining parts and pieces that will be put up hopefully in the next day or two. See the Toyota of Gallatin sign that will go underneath the scoreboard, and then to the left of that, that's laying just to the left of the Vol State sign out on the outfield wall, is the ribbon that will go across the top that says Vol State Baseball with the Vol State Baseball logo in the middle. That will definitely be a centerpiece here at Pioneer Field on the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Coach McGuire has done a fantastic job of getting this field and this complex really looking good, and with some extra amenities, brand new scoreboards all across the campus provided by Toyota of Gallatin right across the street from the Vol State campus. The Lady Pioneers, a brand new scoreboard down on their field as well, and later this summer, Athletic Director Bobby Hudson has advised me that new scoreboards will be going up in the Pickle Fieldhouse for the women's and men's basketball teams. So a big thank you to Toyota of Gallatin for their support of Vol State athletics. Pioneers come in with a 6-4 record, having played 10 games, won 3 straight against Jackson College Jets, who were in last weekend. The Rend Lake Warriors played 6 games so far, and they are also on a 3-game winning streak. They are 4-2. They play in Division I, Region 24, the Great Rivers Athletic Conference. A year ago, they were 25-31 overall, 18-14 in conference play. Had a pretty good run in their conference tournament. Won 3 games, ended up losing 2 games, and both those games were lost to John A. Logan. See the Pioneers taking the field, and we will have our national anthem. Be right back after this short break while you watch the national anthem. And we are ready to play ball here at Gallatin, Tennessee. Cade McKee will get his warm-up tosses out on the mound for his 4th start of the year. Redshirt sophomore, 3rd-year player here for the Pioneers. Got his first collegiate start down at Central Alabama in Alexander City, Alabama. Ended up getting the win, a 1-0 contest in game 1 of the year. Key 5 innings, give up 5 hits, but no runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts in that ball game. Chase Birdwell came in and threw the 7th. Actually came in relief with the bases loaded and retired 3 straight batters without allowing a run in a 1-0 ball game. So a great relief appearance by Chase Birdwell. McKee then started against Southwestern Illinois College back on February 10th. Went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, walked 1, struck out 4, and ended up taking the loss in a 7-0 shutout versus Southwestern Illinois College. So his first 2 games were involved in shutouts. Game 3 threw 4 1/3, didn't throw quite as well. 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 were earned, walked 3, struck out 5. The Pioneers ended up coming on late and winning that one against Jackson College 10-8. Caleb Pika came in relief through the last 3 innings of that ball game, got his first collegiate win. So here we go. Game 1 of a 3-game series versus the Rend Lake Warriors. Swinging a drive out to right center field to get the thing started, and that ball is gone. First pitch swinging, Will Henson drives one over the right center field fence. It's about 345 out there to right center field. There's 1 pitch, 1 hit, and 1 run for Rend Lake. Will Henson's second home run of the year came in hitting .316. He absolutely ambushed Cade McKee. Brings to the plate Tyler Bierman, the left fielder for Rend Lake. Check swing, foul ball. Bierman playing in Game 7. Played in all 6 of the previous games. Has 7 hits and 12 at-bats, hitting .583. Fouls that one straight back. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Only has 12 official at-bats and leads the team with 7 hits. 6 singles and a double for Bierman from Edwardsville, Illinois. Looks at a fastball outside. So Will Henson, shortstop, swings at the first pitch, drives one over the right center field wall to give Rend Lake the early 1-0 lead. There's a tapper over the head of McKee. Huddleston catches and throws on the run for out number 1. Ryan Trokey will step to the plate. Second baseman for Rend Lake from Marion, Illinois, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. Also the backup catcher for the Warriors, hitting .294, leads the team with runs scored with 7. So far in the early goings of the 23 season. Breaking pitch, he'll get in there for a called strike. Happy to have you watching along today on the Vol State YouTube and Twitter feed. Here's another ground ball to short. Huddleston on 3 hops. Strong throw over to Godsey, and out number 2. Recorded via the 6-3 putout. With 2 outs, Donson, also known as DJ, I believe, Moraine, first baseman and cleanup hitter, steps to the plate for the Warriors. Moraine from Conyers, Georgia, hitting .417, 5 for 12. Played in all 6 games as well, and he sees a strike on the outside corner. These 2 teams played this past fall. There's another tapper up the middle. Matt Hall will come over behind the mound in front of second base and throw on the run to Landon Godsey to retire Moraine and retire the Warriors. After a leadoff home run, Cade McKee comes back to get 3 straight ground balls. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. After half inning, Rend Lake leads 1-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Going to the bottom of the first inning, Pioneers find themselves down 1-0 after a first pitch leadoff home run by Will Henson. Top 3 of the order for the Pioneers: Jake Burris, Ethan Huddleston, Chase Mizell to face Lucas Littrell, who is yet to give up an earned run. First pitch into Jake Burris on the outside corner. Called strike. Burris back in action after being removed from the game by the umpire 2 games ago. There's a curveball that is tapped down to third base. Blake Templeton on the run, and he will throw to Moraine, who will pull off the base, but he will tag Jake Burris out for the first out of the inning. Burris ejected after his first at-bat, game 1 of the doubleheader against Jackson College, and had to sit out game 2. It brings to the plate Ethan Huddleston, shortstop, and first pitch that Littrell pours in there is a called strike. Littrell, 6'5", 170-pound freshman. This is his 3rd appearance, 3rd start of the year, thrown 11 innings, and up 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. There's a breaking pitch on the outside corner. Huddleston now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Littrell in 11 innings has struck out 21 batters. 1-2, stays high. Huddleston hitting .400 in the 10 games that he's played in. He started and played. I believe he's played every inning of every game. Full count. Not a full count. That's now full count. See, check his swing. We have a Full Count Ministries full count. There's a drive out to left field, sending Tyler Bierman back, but he will get under it to make the catch. Hard hit ball. Our first full count, first pitch swing is not a foul ball. Huddleston hit it hard, but Bierman playing back in left field. It brings to the plate Jace Mizell. Grandparents Danny and Brenda Mizell. I saw them out in the parking lot. First pitch, breaking pitch in there for a strike. They're down from Metropolis, Illinois. Always glad to see grandparents here in attendance. Watch these young players. Swinging a lazy fly ball out to right field. Luke Bullens will come in and make the grab. We're out number 3. 1-2-3 inning thrown out there by Littrell. 9-inning contest today is the schedule. Tomorrow will be 2 7-inning ball games. After one complete, Rend Lake 1, Pioneers nothing. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network and Twitter. Go to the top of the second inning. Rend Lake will send up 5, 6, and 7 in their lineup. Colby Guy, Blake Templeton, Cade Gibson to face left-handed pitcher Cade McKee. Colby Guy from Ontario. First pitch misses outside. Changeup right on the inside corner, called strike. Guy hitting 200, 2 for 10. Pitch just missed. Guessing outside. Very close. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Guy has a double and 2 RBIs. Breaking pitch gets away from Vineyard. Count goes 3-1. Rend Lake and Vol State played at Murray State this past fall. A doubleheader up there. The Pioneers won both games, and Colby Guy will draw the first walk of the ball game. The second leadoff hitter to reach for Rend Lake. Brings to the plate Blake Templeton.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 8, Blake
Templeton
Templeton.
from Fort Collins, Colorado, the hometown of head coach Chris Modelmog, down there at third base, flashing signs. Assistant coach Matt Elliott down at first. That ball's fouled off to the right side. McKee gets ahead. Coach Chris Modelmog was one of the assistant coaches over at Belmont when it became University, 1997-98. That's when I first met him, is when I moved back from Texas. Pitch on the outside corner, called strike. He coached with Dave Jarvis, who's still at the helm for the Bruins over at Belmont, downtown Nashville. Modelmog's been at several places since then. The 0-2 and a throw over to first base. Back in time is Colby Guy. Another throw over to first base. Not in time. Been playing around with a few of our advertising. Looking for a Do Dat Communications double play. Cade McKee trying to write the prescription. Changeup stays high. Do Dat Communications. Owner Greg Sinnard provided some signage that has been being used here in the remodeled press box. And there's a chance. Grounder to short. Huddleston drops the ball as he starts to throw over to second base. Probably wasn't going to get Templeton, but There'll be an error on Ethan Huddleston. Runners now at first and second. He just tried to throw it before he had a grip on it. It brings to the plate Cade Gibson. Might be looking for a bunt right here from Gibson. Hitting 143 on the season. Does not, there squares late and drops one down first base line. Gotze comes in, throws over to Hall at first base. And both runners move up. Successful sacrifice bunt by Cade Gibson. Scored that one 3-4 on the putout. Runners now at second and third with Ryan Ledger. Stepping to the plate, center fielder. Key looking for a pop-up in the infield or a strikeout. Here he wants to get the 2 outs. See if he can leave those runners stranded. Ledger struggling in the early going, hitting 158 from Albion, Illinois. He starts to swing, holds up on the breaking pitch inside. Ledger was 1 for 2 in each of the games played in the fall against these two teams. He will square around a bunt. He will lay one down right in front of the plate. Vineyard out from behind the plate. His only play is to first base, and the successful safety squeeze as another sacrifice bunt drives in a run for the Warriors. So an RBI sac bunt. That'll bring Luke Bullens to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Breaking pitch tapped. That'll be a no man's land play, infield single. Cade McKee pitching in some tough luck as another run comes in on the infield single by Luke Bullens. A tapper that went into the Bermuda Triangle that is first, second, and pitcher. So the second hit of the game brings in the third run. 2 outs, a runner at first base. And Will Henson to the plate. He's seen 1 pitch, drove it out of the park. Sees a second pitch and takes it on the outside corner. Called strike. Throw over to first base. Not in time. A walk, an error. 2 sac bunts drive in a run, and then an infield single. 2 runs into the inning. And he's got him picked off, throws it down low. Gotze picks it, throws down to Huddleston to complete the out against Luke Bullens. So the 1-3-6 pickoff will end the inning. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left on base. Rend Lake putting up the number of runs as in the inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And they lead 3-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers falling behind early to the Rend Lake Warriors 3-0. Need to get a runner on base. Leading off for the Pioneers, Landon Godsey from Indianapolis, Indiana, the leading hitter for the Pioneers. Swings and fouls the first pitch off to the right side. Lucas Littrell on the mound for Rend Lake. Godsey hitting .433. Drives one up into the air. Back goes St. Ledger, and he will get on to the warning track in right center field to haul that one in. It looked just like a routine fly ball to me off the bat. Wind blowing left to right. Brings to the plate the sound of the warning bells. Brody Melton is at the plate. Freshman from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Starts to swing, holds up, and breaking pitch over for strike one. Melton hitting .222. 4 hits, a double and a triple, 2 RBIs. Just missed off the outside corner. Littrell is 6'5", standing out there, 170 pounds. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Littrell pitched 2 innings in that contest, game 1 in the fall. Swing and a miss, and down goes Melton, the first strikeout victim of Lucas Littrell. Littrell pitched innings 3 and 4, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs that were earned, walked 2, struck out 3. Did give up a home run. Didn't remember who it was against. It might have been Carter Vrabel. So he taps one down third base line. Vrabel had a home run in game 1 of that doubleheader. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Pitch misses inside. From Father Ryan High School via Wabash Valley College. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Vrabel having a tough start to the season, looking to get him untracked. Has 3 hits, 1 double, and 1 RBI. Breaking pitch misses outside. Littrell trying to nick that outside corner with that breaking pitch. Two. Swing and a miss. And Littrell strikes out the last 2 batters that he faces. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Warriors. We're through 2 innings, scheduled for 9. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Cade McKee out on the mound for the Pioneers to start the top of the 3rd inning. We want to say thank you to our sponsor, Line to Line Incorporated, who's put the padding and screens up in front of the dugouts and lined the bullpens down there, owned by Bill Marbett. And they are sponsoring our Field Dimensions segment. Pioneer Field 320 down the lines, 345 in the gaps, and 380 to dead center field. And this young man, Will Henson, sent one out of here over the 345, and he drives one out to right center field again. This is a whole lot higher in the air. Jace Mizell back out on the track to haul it in. Swings at the first pitch again. Officially his second plate appearance, as he was at the plate when Bullens was picked off in the top of the second. So officially he has swung at the first pitch each plate appearance. Tyler Bierman stepped to the plate. He grounded out to Huddleston in the first inning. Huddleston been busy. Fastball right on the corner, called strike. Nice challenge after getting the first batter out on the first pitch. Typically, batter number 2 doesn't want to swing at that first pitch. He'll swing at that one and drive another one out to center field. There's Jake Burris moving over toward his buddy Jace Mizell in right field, and he'll make out number 2. So 3 pitches, 2 flyouts to start the third inning for Country Cade McKee. Brings 3-hole hitter Ryan Trokey to the plate. He also grounded out to Huddleston in the first inning. McKee, after giving up that solo shot in the first, ended up inducing 3 straight ground balls. Sun being shielded now by the clouds. Not supposed to have any rain today. There's a little bit of darkness in those clouds that are straight over the top of Pioneer Field, but shouldn't be containing anything. There's another fastball in the inside corner. McKee ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Redshirt sophomore from Georgetown, Kentucky, Scott County, and a member of the 242 group. There's a tapper over to second base. High hop from Matt Hall. He gloves and throws to Landon Godsey for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning by McKee, and he's looking to get some run support from his Pioneer offensive hitters. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Time for the Pioneers to score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reeves back for the bottom of the third inning here on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Lucas Littrell has had 6 up and 6 down here for the Pioneers. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Vol State. Braden Vineyard, Hunter Searcy, and Matt Hall. Breaking pitch. Vineyard tried to hold up, and check of first base umpire says he did go. Braden Vineyard from Paducah, Kentucky, in there for game 1 of the 3-game set. Vineyard hitting .263, played in 6 of the 10, able to hold up on that inside delivery. Vineyard 2 doubles, 2 RBIs among his 5 hits. and 19 official plate appearances. Littrell fastball slips outside. Littrell averaging almost 2 strikeouts an inning. In 11 innings pitch, had 21 strikeouts coming into today's game. Now gone 3 balls and a strike to the sophomore catcher for the Pioneers. On deck, Hunter Searcy, left fielder. Glad to have you all along, Pioneers fans and Warriors fans alike. There's a drive, and that will break up the no-hitter. Braden Vineyard line drive into center field. Pioneers have their first base runner. Hunter Searcy steps to the plate from Louisville, Kentucky.
Now batting, number 12, Hunter.
Having a rough go of it. Has 1 hit, and that happened to be a game winner for the Pioneers. Double into right center field. Walk-off winner against Southwestern Illinois College. Back almost 2 weeks ago today. Swinging MGM Industries foul ball. I'd like to thank MGM Industries for our brand new custom-made windows up here in the remodeled press box. Joe Gaskins, Patrick Stewart. Breaking pitch at the knees, called strike. Tough to have a press box that you're trying to call a game from, or a PA announce and run a scoreboard, looking through windows that you can't see out of. Breaking pitch grounded down to third base. It'll be fair. Templeton will set and throw on to first base, not in time, and Hunter Searcy will leg out an infield single, putting runners at first and second. Templeton thought he had time to set his feet down there at third base, but hindsight, he did not. Searcy hustled down the line for the second hit of the ball game. Brings it to play Matt Hall from the other side of the state of Kentucky, from Lexington. See if he'll be squaring around the bunt, and he will. Pull the bat back, and a throw down to second base. He is not in time to get Braden Vineyard. Matt Hall does not have a sacrifice bunt. Pioneers have 4, and Jake Burris has 3 of those. Jacob Messer has 1. He does not square, and a pitch is called a strike. Hall hitting .208, has 5 hits, looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Swings in, fouls that one off of catcher Cade Gibson. Not sure if that got a piece of his hand or not, but he is walking all the way over to the Rend Lake dugout, shaking that right hand. He has started behind the plate in 5 of their 6 games. Ryan Trokey, the second baseman, started the other game, but they are relying on him heavily, as the home plate umpire Eric Dunsford will come over and get some more baseballs and take a little bit of a break to give Gibson time to shake that off. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gibson now feeling the ball, throws one a little bit wild back to Littrell. Sure those fingers are stinging pretty good, and home plate umpire says, let's try a few more throws. Gibson says, I'm good to go. And as I like to say, must have been a hockey player. He's tough. Matt Hall back in the box. 2 runners on, nobody out, looking to at least move the runners up or drive in a run. Littrell, long look out at second base. Fastball high. On deck, top of the order, Jake Burris, the pride of Grove City, on deck. Matt Hall, the son of Mark and Tracy, sophomore, second-year player. Breaking pitch misses high. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. I'd like to thank Full Count Ministries, Vol State alumni Jacob Oldham and Josh Carmen for their support of Vol State baseball. Swing and a miss. Down goes Hall. Big strikeout for Lucas Littrell, his third of the game. First out here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings to the plate Jake Burris, who grounded out to third.
Number 14, Jake Burris.
Burris from Grove City, Ohio, suburb of Columbus. Breaking pitch had him stepping back a little bit. Called strike on the outside corner. Burris having a little bit of a slow start himself. Several Vol State players getting out of the gate slowly. 6 hits, 1 double. Drive to right field. That could be trouble. That ball is back, and it is one hop on the fence. That'll drive in 1 run. Burris will move to second base. Vineyard will come to the plate standing, and there is the Framework Athletics first run of the game for the Pioneers. Scored on a stand-up double by Jake Burris. The first earned run of the year given up by Lucas Littrell. Puts runners at second and third with 1 out. And brings to the plate Ethan Huddleston. So 3 hits in the inning to drive in the first run of the contest for the Pioneers. Huddleston taps 1-2, second base. Trokey will come in, glove and throw on the run just in time to get Huddleston. But it'll be an RBI ground out for Huddleston to get the Pioneers within 1 run as Hunter Searcy comes across the plate. Not exactly what Huddleston was looking for, but productive out. So 2 outs, a runner at third. Jace Mizell steps to the plate, and he will start and stop his swing. And the pitch now going to check out there with Jesse Chesterfield, who says no. He did not go on that ground out. Of course, Burris moved to third base. Breaking pitch stays high. 2 balls, no strikes. Mizell with 7 RBIs. It fouls that one straight back into your living room or your classroom. We have several Pioneers fans, mothers, even I think a dad who may be in the classroom as well. Might be watching today. There's a drive. Oh, just caught by shortstop Will Henson. That sinking line drive. He just had a little bit too much topspin. Mizell hit that one hard, but Henson probably didn't need to put his NBA leap on so much. But the Pioneers scratch for 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Ball State back in the ball game. Find themselves down 3-2 after 3. We're a third of the way done here in game 1 of a 3-game series. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Top of the fourth. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Rend Lake. DJ Moraine steps to the plate. He grounded out to Matt Hall at second base to end the first inning. Swings and fouls that one back off of Braden Vineyard. So we now have had both catchers take a licking, and we'll see if they keep on ticking. Cade Gibson able to remain in the game. His foul ball hit off his hand. Braden Vineyard flexing that right lower leg. Not sure where that got him, but he went down immediately. But got to be tough, but put the gear on and get behind the plate. He is back in there. Delivers a sign to Cade McKee. Fastball misses outside. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Rend Lake won in the first on a solo home run by Will Henson. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking pitch. Warriors scored 2 in the second inning on a walk and an error, 2 sacrifice bunts, the second one being a safety squeeze. That changeup misses down. Brings us to a full count Ministries full count. Go to fullcountministries.com, see all that Ministries doing in the world of baseball, and he looks at a strike 3 called. Down goes Moraine. First strikeout for McKee here to start the 4th inning. Saw Cade before the game, and he said he's ready to go. Said he got 10 hours of sleep last night. And I think other than that first pitch he threw in the game, he's acquitted himself well here so far. 1 out. Breaking pitch to Colby Guy. Misses outside. Guy walked and scored in the second inning. The designated hitter. And he's now 2 balls and a strike. A lefty on lefty matchup. Very open stance. Swings and taps one down the first base line, but it goes foul off the glove of Landon Godsey. On deck, Blake Templeton. Pioneers, when they found themselves down 3-0, then put 3 hits on the board and 4 batters. And a ground out scored run number 2. 2-1 pitch. Slow breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike 2. McKee not really known as a strikeout pitcher, but he gets his second one right there, swinging strike 3, and down goes Colby Guy. So 1 looking and 1 swinging to start the 4th inning. Cade McKee, the son of Jim McKee and Sherry Beth Mullenix. Looking to have a good start here in his 4th ever collegiate start. Pitch just missed inside to Blake Templeton. Had 9 appearances a year ago, all 1-inning stints. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. Called strike. 9 innings in his redshirt freshman year in 2022. Swing to drive out to left center field, and that will fall in the left center field. Got that one off the handle. Jake Burris comes in to retrieve and get the ball back into the infield, but a 2-out single for Blake Templeton. That's his second time to be on base. He reached on the error by Ethan Huddleston and then ended up coming around to score. on an infield single. So Cade Gibson, the catcher, comes to the plate with 1 on and 2 out. He had one of those sack bunts throw over to first base. Looks like the whole field on my camera is kind of leaning one way. I'll have to try to fix those. Pop up. Gets out of play, and MGM Industries foul ball. Folks still arriving here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex to watch today's single game, 9-inning affair. Swinging a drive high in the air out to center field. Burrows back a few steps. Now he comes in a bunch of steps to make the grab for out number 3. McKee strands the single to put another 0 on the board for the Warriors, who still lead 3-2. Thanks for joining us this beautiful afternoon in Middle Tennessee. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Back at Vol State campus, we're looking the stands. See, the men's basketball team has arrived in force. See Ty Bryant and Cooper Harris, Kalen Benton Hamilton, Kyle Wesley. Can't see through the bar here. Called a couple of their games, basketball games. Got one more left next Wednesday as Landon Godsey steps in there for first pitch from Lucas Littrell. It misses outside. Godsey flew out to center field to lead off the second inning. He leads off the fourth. Looking at a 2-0 count. Leads the team with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. Those 2 categories, along with average on-base percentage and slugging percentage. He looks at a 2-0 fastball for a called strike. Reaching base at a 5:26 pace. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lucas Littrell from Paintsville, Kentucky. Swinging a ground ball, backhanded by Templeton at third. Kind of turns him around, ball's in the dirt. Picked out of the dirt by Moraine, and the base umpire says that the throw pulled him off the base. He collected it in his glove, but I didn't see his foot come off the base. But head coach Chris Modelmog's come out to ask Jesse Chesterfield if he'll ask the home plate umpire Eric Dunsford whether or not his foot actually did come off the base. And that's in fact what is happening. That conversation happening right now is a nice backhand by Templeton down there at third base. They're going to say he's safe at first base. So Alex Qualls has put an H up there for a hit. That might be questionable as the throw was in the dirt.
Now batting, number 13, Brody Melton.
We will put Landon Godsey on at first base.
I said H because he made it before.
Swing and a miss by Brody Melton.
What's your opinion?
So it's just me and Alex Qualls up here in the press box today. Tyler Holsworth, a no-show. He had an appointment today. So the press box gang is down to only two. And with it being a nice day outside, we don't have the pitchers coming up. And it's another swing and a miss by Melton, who's having trouble with that breaking pitch from the left hand of Lucas Littrell. It's a nice backhand play as I talked through it, but he righted himself, but he threw the ball in the dirt. It pulled Moraine off of the bag, throw over to first base, not in time. I think it's one of those, I guess it's a coin flip, so we'll give a infield single to Landon Godsey, the fourth hit of the ball game, as Brody Melton drives one out to left field. Bierman is back and makes the catch in front of the warning track. Brody Melton put a charge into that one, but wind is blowing in from the left. It will take a shot to get one out of here. Now it's blowing straight in from center field. Thought Melton might have gotten enough of that one to get it over Bierman's head, but he did not. One out, one on. Breaking pitch to Carter Vrabel in there for a called strike. Vrabel struck out swinging to end the second inning. Redshirt sophomore. Swinging another one off the glove this time of Will Henson. He throws to second base wildly, and that goes into right field. Vrabel will move on down to second base. Head first slide, another wild throw. This one backed up by Will Henson. So a single and a throwing error by Will Henson will put runners at second and third with only one out. So a wild sequence of events there. This throw, or the hit from Vrabel, just off the glove of the leaping Will Henson, who retrieved the ball, tried to get Landon Godsey at second base, but the throw went wild to second baseman Ryan Trokey. So it's a hit and an error on that play.
Now batting, number 37.
First error by Rend Lake. So Godsey moves down to third base. Vrabel at second. And everybody in the infield except second baseman Ryan Trokey has moved in now. Henson moves back. Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. He's singled in his first plate appearance. Looks at called strike. Like Littrell may have taken something off that pitch. So a line drive by Carter Vrabel. Just off the glove of Will Henson at shortstop. He caught that ball to end the third inning off the bat of Jace Mizell. Throw down to first base, or third base. Not in time. To get Godsey. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Vineyard looks at a breaking pitch that lands down about his feet. It's a good take. It's a sharp breaker. Definitely a strikeout pitch for Lucas Littrell, and he's looking for a big K right now. He has 2 runners in scoring position. There's a breaking pitch that stays outside. Outfielders look like they're playing in a little bit as they are counting on the wind to hold the ball up. Vineyard trying to get something out deep enough at least to bring in Godsey, or a base hit to drive in too. Vrabel, a good runner out there at second base. He hits a ground ball to short. Henson will look at up the plate, throw in the dirt, backhanded, and caught by Moraine. But the Pioneers tie this ball game up on a ground out by Braden Vineyard. Godsey will come across the score on the play. Vrabel moved to third base. Kind of a gutsy move, as you don't typically move up on a ground ball that's in front of you. Henson, I thought, was going to go to third base on that play, but he did not. And the go-ahead run standing out there at third base for Hunter Searcy. He had an infield single. Down to third base, swings and misses. Pitched it. It's in the right or left-handed batter's box. Pitch tailed away from the plate. On deck, Matt Hall. Breaking pitch stays down low. 2 outs. Pioneers looking for that big 2-out hit from Hunter Searcy. And a swing, and I guess he missed it. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Vrabel down at third base. There's a called strike 3. Hunter Searcy could not pull the trigger on that breaking pitch on the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 by Littrell. Pioneers score 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 costly error and 1 runner left on base. We're all knotted up here after 4 innings. 3-3. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Brand new ball game as we start the top of the 5th inning. Leading off for Rend Lake, Ryan St. Ledger, center fielder, number 8 hitter for Coach Chris Modelmog's squad. Cade McKee out there for the 5th inning. First pitch in there for a called strike. Ledger had an RBI on a safety squeeze. Swings and grounds one softly to short. Huddleston another chance and a successful one. Throw over to Godsey for the first out. Huddleston is getting many chances here so far. Did have an error as he tried to throw the ball to second to start a 6-4-3 Dudac Communications double play, but ended up dropping it. Couldn't even get the throw off. So Luke Bullen steps to the plate, 9-hole hitter, and he swings and fouls one off the news screen and pad over in front of the Rend Lake dugout. Thanks to Line to Line Incorporated. Sun is back out at Pioneer Field. Swinging and foul ball, MGM Industries foul ball. Count goes 0-2 to the Warriors right fielder, who had an infield single. A slow tapper just missed with that 0-2 pitch. Little tapper that went in front of Landon Godsey. He was able to field it, but neither McKee or Hall could get over to cover first base. McKee stays down low again with that offering. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Key comes to the stretch and set. Breaking pitch misses outside. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It will come from the Book of Acts. 0 for 2 on full count first pitch foul balls. Now 1 for 3 as Bullens fouls that one off. For the year so far in games Pioneers, it's 43%. So well under 50% for the year. 3-2 again. Down low, gets by Vineyard, but Bullens will trot on down to first base with the second walk of the ball game by McKee. Bring to the plate Will Henson. Been very involved in this game so far. A lead-off first pitch swinging home run by Will Henson. 6'2", 185-pound sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. Shortstop. Swinging at the first pitch in the first 2 at-bats. Doesn't get a chance to take a hack at that one. Home run and a fly out to right field. Breaking pitch right at the knees on the inside corner. Nice pitch by Cade McKee. Sun is back out, and it's a problem for right field, second base, and first base. Throw over to first. Bullens back in time. Luke Bullens 2 for 2 in stolen bases in the 5 games he played prior to today. Swinging a foul ball off to the right side. I got 1-2 on my scoreboard. Do you? You got 0-2. You feel good about that one, Qualsey? It is? Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with 1-2. A little rain coming in? Don't tell me that. Throw over to first base. The basketball team has gotten up and they're taking off. Maybe it's not rain. There's Beljwak Adang. I see him taking off. It is going to come after this throw over to first base. Looks like there's a drop or 2 on our MGM Industries window out front, but I don't see anybody trying to get an umbrella up, but I didn't think there was a chance of rain. Tapper that will go foul down the first base line. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cade McKee looking to draw up a Dudak Communications double play here. Off the bat of leadoff batter Will Henson. McKee will throw over to first base. Kind of looked like he was leaning that way to me. Stopped as time's called. DH Brody Melton will bring out some more baseballs to the home plate umpire. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful afternoon in Middle Tennessee. Runner goes, swinging a foul ball straight back. Luke Bullens will trot on back to first base as the run and hit was on with 2 strikes. Can't have a hit and run, although that pitch probably was out of the zone for Will Henson. On deck, Tyler Bierman. McKee comes set. Long look in. Swing. There's a line drive just past the outstretched glove of Matt Hall. Jace Mizell comes up quickly in right field, throws to second base, but Bullens gets in there ahead of the throw. Henson with his second hit of the ball game. And Rend Lake threatening here in the fifth inning.
Now batting, number 5, Tyler Bierman.
Fourth hit of the ball game for Rend Lake. Tyler Bierman, the left fielder, steps to the plate, 0 for 2. From Edwardsville, Illinois, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. There's a off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Nice pitch by McKee. 1 out, 2 on. In the top of the fifth, Pioneers just tied it up in the bottom of the fourth. Looking to throw a 0 up on the scoreboard for the top of the fifth, but going to need a ground ball. That ball is fouled over the top of the press box. It contains these beautiful MGM Industries windows made right here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. MGMindustries.com. I think they cater more to the new build. Swinging another foul ball off the right side. Count goes 0-2 to Bierman. On deck, Ryan Trokey. McKee has handled 2, 3, and 4 pretty well so far today. They're 0 for 6. Looking for a strikeout or a ground ball to a middle infielder. Matt Hall staying in his position. Ethan Huddleston is working the batter. There's a swing and a miss, and McKee gets the strikeout he was searching for. On the off-speed pitch, looked like a nice changeup. Third strikeout by McKee. 2 outs. Trokey steps to the plate. Trokey from Marion, Illinois, hitting .294 coming into today's action, 0 for 2. There's a soft liner that is caught by Matt Hall, and McKee gets out of danger with a strikeout and a soft liner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base after 4.5. 3-3. Pioneers coming to the plate. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at the campus of Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin, Tennessee, about 20 miles northeast of Nashville, Tennessee, for today's game 1 of 3 in the 2-day series. It'll be a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time. Great to have you all along on the Vol State Sports Network here on YouTube and Twitter. Matt Hall will step to the plate facing Lucas Littrell, who is on for his 5th inning of work for the Rend Lake Warriors, who are 4-2 on the season. Matt Hall fouls that pitch off behind the press box. Breaking pitch misses outside. Wind, you can see, is moving Littrell's shirt out there, coming in from behind him. You can see the hair being pushed back as he turns around and faces center field. He got a good bit of it underneath that hat. Swinging another foul ball. Looking forward to that new scoreboard getting completed. And breaking pitch just missed on that outside corner. I believe that pitch has been called a strike once or twice today. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Matt Hall struck out in his last plate appearance and now struck out in this one as well. Swung at a breaking pitch that was down in the dirt. 5th strikeout by Littrell. 2 in a row. He will face the top of the lineup for the Pioneers. Big Jake Burris, redshirt sophomore, his 3rd year playing games here for Vol State. Swings and drives one down that right field line, but it'll twist toward the Rend Lake bullpen. The Summit Concrete bullpen down there, remodeled a couple years ago by Chuck Akers and his group. Burris had a RBI double down that right field line, his last plate appearance. Drove in Braden Vineyard. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. Big hello to Sherry Burris, Dave Holbrook. I'm sure they're watching, listening. Swinging a drive out to left center field. Back goes Ryan Ledger or St. Ledger, and he will make the catch in left center field. So he runs right in front of Tyler Bierman. Jake Burris got under that one a little bit too much. And again, right into the wind for out number 2. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. 0 for 2 with a RBI ground out in the 3rd. Drives one down that third base line. Diving play by Blake Templeton. Throws in the dirt, but not in time, and it just trickles away from Donson Moraine at first base. That'll be an infield single for Ethan Huddleston. Hard hit ball. Templeton making some plays down there at third base. But Huddleston runs well and is able to beat that one out. So putting a runner on at first base with Jace Mizell stepping up. 0 for 2. Lined it hard to the shortstop, Will Henson. His last plate appearance. There's a throw over sidearm variety from Lucas Littrell, not in time. Huddleston with 3 stolen bases in as many attempts. Breaking pitch misses outside. Nice stab by Cade Gibson. Six hits so far, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 2nd, and 1 here in the 5th so far. Ground ball up the middle. That's a little tougher play than I thought. And Will Henson tried to play the juggling act out there and could not glove it and flip to Trokey at second base. So that'll be an E6, second error of the ball game for Will Henson. putting Mizell on at first base, and Huddleston moves on to second. Pioneers look to see if they can make that hurt. 2-out error. Bring to the plate Landon Godsey. All right, the home plate umpire is writing something down. I don't think we had a change out there. Not sure what he was writing down. Did somebody have a mound visit? Looking down at my scorebook, I didn't see it. Landon Godsey steps to the plate. First pitch he sees in there for a called strike. He had an infield single and scored in the 4th inning. It's his first trip to the plate that he's not leading off an inning. Got a chance to drive in 1 or 2 here, give the Pioneers a lead, and he drives one out to left field, but Tyler Bierman will get back and get under and make the catch for out number 3. Pioneers threaten, but can't get a 2-out knock. And Lucas Littrell strands 2 out on the base paths. There was 1 hit and 1 error, but no runs. We're through 5 complete. 3-3 is the score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Moving to the top of the 6th inning, Rend Lake versus the Pioneers of Volunteer State Community College. Rend Lake will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Moraine, Guy, and Templeton to face Country Cade McKee out on the mound for inning number 6. Fastball misses outside. Key is through 5 innings, giving up 4 hits. Walked 2, struck out 3. There's a slow roller to second. Matt Hall gets in front of it and gloves, throws to Godsey for out number 1. I believe this is the longest stint so far for McKee. Now that he's gotten the 1 out. I think he had 5 innings, then he went to 4 2/3 and 4 1/3. Swing and a miss by Colby Guy, who has walked and scored and struck out in his last at-bat. Hitting from the left side. Swinging a tapper that comes back to the backstop. Retrieved by Blake Templeton. Both teams on a 3-game winning streak. Tapper ground ball to Godsey at first base. For some reason, he wants to toss to Cade McKee, who's late getting over there, and he ends up, after a couple checks of McKee, he goes ahead and runs and taps the bag himself. Gonna have to talk to Landon. That's the first thing he needs to be thinking is, go ahead, you can run that base. You're a good athlete. So he will take that one 3 unassisted. Blake Templeton steps to the plate. 1 for 2. Singled and scored when he reached on an error, and he will swing and miss at a tailing fastball. Key looking to get through 6 here as he's got 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. Nice block by Vineyard on a changeup in the dirt. Just practice right there for Braden Vineyard. No real reason to block that pitch. Do that with 2 strikes and nobody on, of course. Swinging a fly ball out to left center field. Jake Burris looks like he's got that measured and will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Country Cade McKee. We will go to the bottom of the 6th looking for some runs. The Pioneers. Thank you for joining us today on Twitter and YouTube and the Vol State Sports Network. Brody Milton will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Pioneers. 0 for 2 against Lucas Littrell, who's back out on the mound for Rend Lake. Breaking pitch misses low and inside. Brody Milton, 6'4", 205-pound, true freshman from Tullahoma, Tennessee, the son of Sam Melton and Amy Morris. Fouls that one off to the right side, and MGM Industries foul ball. If you've been along with us this year, you know that we've done a lot of work up here in the press box. Brand new windows, flooring by Right Rug Flooring. And my lovely wife, Susan Reese, the supervisor of the job. Good bit of the painting inside of the brown wood paneling here. She told me right where to paint, how to do it. She's been doing that for 34 years. Just about got me right where she wants me. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brody Milton. Looking to reach base. Oh, a pitch right at the knees. Breaking pitch gets Milton looking. I'm not sure about that call right there at 6'4". But the 6th strikeout by Lucas Littrell leads off this 6th inning.
Now batting, number 10, Carter Vrabel.
Bring to the plate Carter Vrabel. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike. I don't keep the number of pitches that each pitcher is throwing, but both of them I think have been pretty economical. There's a swing and a drive down that left field line. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, and it is a foul ball. Just foul. Vrabel was flirting with a 1-out double. Just hooked it a little bit too much on that breaking pitch. Carter struck out in the 2nd and had an infield single in the 4th inning. A line drive that Henson at shortstop leaped for. Just hit off of his glove, trickled away, and there's a swing and a miss as Littrell just challenged Vrabel there. He went down on a high fastball. 2 outs. Braden Vineyard steps to the plate, singled and scored. Drove in a run on the ground out.
Now batting, number 37, Braden Vineyard.
Fastball stayed up. Looks like another left-hander is getting loose in the Rend Lake bullpen. See if we can find out who that is here in a minute. There's a breaking pitch right across the plate. Littrell on for his third appearance of the year. It's a 2-0 record. Both starts. This is his third start. Fastball misses outside. He had 5 2/3 innings in his first start, a 7-1 win over, I'm not sure if that's Copia Lincoln, and then 5 1/3 innings in an 8-0 win over St. Charles. Breaking pitch missed down low. That almost looked like the pitch that Hunter Melton was called out on strikes. Maybe a hair below that. 3 balls and a strike to the Pioneer catcher, Braden Vineyard. On deck, Hunter Searcy. So this center fielder moves quickly over into left center field. He was all the way on the right center field side. And as the pitch was coming in, he moved completely on the opposite side of the diamond. And Braden Vineyard will take a 2-out walk. I believe that's the first walk given up by Lucas Littrell. So Hunter Searcy steps to the plate. 1 for 2 and a run scored. Fastball high. Searcy, 6 foot, 185-pound, true sophomore from Louisville Eastern High School in Louisville, Kentucky. Son of Larry and Dodie Searcy. And he looks at ball 2. Pretty close pitch right there. Searcy got in 12 games a year ago, had 9 hits for a .391 batting average, 3 doubles and a triple. Fastball way outside. Littrell struggling here as he walks Vineyard, and now 3-0 to Hunter Searcy with Matt Hall on deck. Hello to Larry Sr. and Judy Searcy, grandparents of Hunter, along with Nana in Linden, Kentucky. Look forward to seeing you all out at the ballpark later on this season. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch, swung and fouled off the screen. We'll move to a full count Ministries full count. So Matt Hall will hop all the way over to the near the opposing team on deck circle. Carter Bolt comes quickly out of the Ball State dugout to hand the home plate umpire some more baseballs. Full count Ministries, full count. Runner goes, swing and a miss on a fastball out of the zone, and Searcy goes down swinging. Littrell strikes out the side, and the Pioneers put a 0 on the board in the 6th. We're 2/3 of the way through this contest, all tied up, all the scoring by Rend Lake in the first 2 innings and by the Pioneers in 3rd and 4th inning. Nobody has scored in the last 2. Cade McKee walking out to the mound for the 7th inning. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Vol State. We are moving to the top of the 7th inning, scheduled for 9 innings in this single game today. Doubleheader tomorrow back here at Vol State, starting at 1 p.m. between the Warriors of Rend Lake and the Pioneers. Cade McKee out on the mound, a square around a bunt, laid down the third base line, and that will roll foul off the bat of Cade Gibson. Already has one successful sacrifice bunt. That was a drag bunt for a hit attempt there. McKee has given up 3 runs. 1 is earned, according to my book. 4 hits, struck out 3 and walked 2 in 6 complete. Into the 7th inning. Looking to put another 0 on the board. There's a pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Guess I ought to put that foul ball bunt up there as a strike as well. Trying to keep the plate spinning up here in the press box. 0-2 pitch gets away from Vineyard. Down low, Gibson doesn't offer at it. If he offers at it, Braden's going to have to keep that one in front. Otherwise, it's going to be a strikeout and a man on first. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Warriors catcher. He lines one to the 6'3" Carter Vrabel, who throws one to Matt Hall. Matt Hall has to get up on his hops to make that catch. But Vrabel did not have to move on the line out to third base. Brings to the plate Ryan St. Ledger, the center fielder, who's 0 for 1 with a suicide squeeze sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning. St. Ledger, one of the players for Chris Modelmog, head coach Chris Modelmog, that he's depending upon this year. Having a slow go of it to start the season. Swings and misses at the first pitch from McKee. There's a ground ball to short. Huddleston takes a tough hop, throws on to first base. And that is a familiar theme today. 6-3, put out. Second time that Ledger has grounded out to Huddleston at shortstop. That is 4 times today that 6-3's in the book. 2 outs. Number 9 hitter Luke Bullen steps to the plate. He'll look at the first pitch, called strike. Bullen's from Crawfordsville, Arkansas, 6'2", 170-pound freshman. Swings and fouls that one back toward the Pioneers on deck circle. Cade McKee getting ahead 0-2 to the number 9 hole hitter, Luke Bullens. Came in hitting .222. 1 for 1 with a walk, been on base. Both times he's been up a MGM Industries foul ball. Still showing 76 degrees on my computer. Outside temperature started at 81 degrees. Another foul ball over the maintenance shed to the right. Trees and shrubs line the field down to the right side. See the pine trees and other trees out there in center field and right center field. Campus is off to the left of the ballpark. There is a softly hit fly ball out to center field that will drop in front of Jake Burris, and Bullens is yet to be retired. Now 2 for 2. Had an infield single in the second. That will bring up to the plate Will Henson. But before that, head coach Jim McGuire will take the short stroll or slow stroll out to pitcher's mound, and that will be the end of the line for Cade McKee. We'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. I'll tell you about the new pitcher when we return. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Landon Tucker on for Vol State. 5'9", 165-pound sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia, criminal justice major, the son of Hank and Christy Tucker and brother to Dylan and Tinley. Grandson of Nana in LaGrange and Papa and Gigi in LaGrange as well. Tuck is on for his third appearance of the year. On in relief with 2 outs. 1 runner on, and the top of the order come to the plate. Landon Tucker, sidearm pitcher, looking to have a totally different delivery, breaking pitch up high. Head coach Jim McGuire counting on that different arm slot. Maybe throw these hitters off. There's a fastball low and outside. Definitely don't need Bullens getting down to second base easily on a wild pitch. Landon Tucker coming into the game on the first 2 pitches outside the zone. There's a ball right down the can. Will Henson led this ball game off on the first pitch. Hit one over the right center field fence on a line drive for a home run. Flew out to right field and then had a soft single in the right field. He's 2 for 3. RBI and a run scored. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw down to second base is not in time. And they will call interference on the batter. And that will be an out. So batter interference will end the inning. I believe, not sure if that retires Henson on the batter interference. I think that's what it is. So he is out on batter's interference. And Tucker comes in to retire the Warriors, so no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody, I guess, well, 1 runner will be left on base, I think, is how that works. I guess I ought to figure that out. Regardless, no runs on the board. We've got a new pitcher on the mound. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Rend Lake when we return on the Ball State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Rend Lake Warriors. Left-handed pitcher Colin Hawkins, sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, 5'11", 175 pounds. He will face Matt Hall here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch to Hall, misses low and inside. Lucas Littrell and Cade McKee will not figure in this decision as the starting pitchers in this contest. It'll be up to the bullpen as Landon Tucker came in to retire Will Henson on a batter's interference. He swung and missed on a pitch that Braden Vineyard then threw down to second base. Try to get Luke Bullens, who was stealing, but home plate umpire said that Will Henson's swing brought him in front of the plate or over the plate to interfere with Braden Vineyard's throw to second base. Matt Hall, 3 balls and no strikes here to start the bottom of the 7th, and he'll take a 4-pitch walk. Not the start that Head coach Chris Modelmog had hoped for Colin Hawkins. Bring to the plate Jake Burris, leadoff hitter for the Pioneers. It was 1 for 3. Has 3 sacrifice bunts already on the year. And this might be another spot for one right here. He squares around. Hall stealing on the play. Catcher Kate Gibson out to retire Jake Burris. Matt Hall almost could have stole that base on his own. Might have been a chance right there for Jake Burris to pull the bat back, but can't really see all that at the time. So a 2-3 put out puts Matt Hall down at second base with Ethan Huddleston stepping to the plate. Huddleston with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. On deck, Jace Mizell. Huddleston 1 for 3. Had an infield single on a hard shot down the third base line. Fastball about letter high, called strike. Ripped one down that third base line. It was diving backhand play by Blake Templeton in the 5th inning. He got up, but made a throw to first base, but not in time to get the speedy Ethan Huddleston. The ground ball up the middle. This should be play for Henson, and he snags and throws over to first base for out number 2. On the play, Matt Hall moves over to third base. So at least a productive out. Putting Hall at third, where he could score on a pass ball or a wild pitch or an infield single. Brings to the place Jace Mizell, 0 for 3. And the young man from Metropolis, Illinois, swinging a fly ball out to right field. This should be playable for Luke Bullens. He's back, and now he's coming back in, and will get under it to make the catch. For out number 3, a promising inning. It started on a 4-pitch walk, but sac bunt, ground out, and a fly out produce no runs for the Pioneers. We're through 7 complete, scheduled for 9. All tied up 3-3. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the top of the 8th inning. Landon Tucker back out on the mound for Vol State. He will face 2, 3, and 4 of the Warrior lineup. That's Tyler Bierman, Ryan Trokey, and DJ Moraine, who are 0 for 9 so far in the contest. Landon Tucker looking to make them 0 for 12. Looking to retire the side. Breaking pitch lined out to center field. That will get in front of Jake Burris. So first pitch swinging Tyler Bierman. Line one to first or into center field. Three-hole hitter Ryan Trokey steps to the plate. Ground out twice and lined out. Landon Tucker probably going to be facing a sack bunt here from the 3-hole hitter, be my guess. Throw over to first base. Back in time is Bierman. Tucker came on in relief in the 7th inning. Retired the leadoff batter on a batter's interference. Another throw over to first base. Not in time. Cade McKee goes 6 2/3 innings. He's up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Did give up 1 home run. Another throw over to first base. Looked like Bierman was leaning. Might be another play like the Pioneers pulled off in the previous inning, a run and bunt. And that ball hits Trokey, who was not squaring around the bunt, and the runner was going on the pitch. Trokey looks like that caught a pretty good piece of him. And we'll put runners at first and second base. And bring up DJ Moraine. Braden Kale, pitching coach for the Pioneers, will come out of the dugout to have a chat with Landon Tucker. Moraine 0 for 3, 2 ground outs to second and a strikeout looking. We got action in the Pioneer bullpen, and that is redshirt sophomore Chase Birdwell on the mound, who is getting warmed up quickly. As probably won't take Bird too long to get that right arm loose. He has had a tremendous start to the season for the Pioneers out of the bullpen. I'm sure Coach McGuire won't hesitate to go to Chase Birdwell quickly if need be. Landon Tucker has got himself in a little bit of a pickle here with 2 on and nobody out on a single up the middle and a hit batter. Pioneers defense is expecting a bunt. Moraine squares. He pulls the bat back. Looked like the pitch was a strike, but not called. I'm not sure where that pitch was. Looked like a pretty good pitch to bunt. Chris Monomog down at first base delivering signs. Another square around, another pulled back on another pitch that looks close to the plate. Maybe I'm not seeing those pitches, but they're down low. It looked to me like they're pretty easy to bunt. Again, that pitch now is down low, and Tucker getting himself in a hole. 3 balls, no strikes. At this point, it's one of those, hey, let him bunt it. We need the out. 3-0. Let's see what Moraine's doing here on a 3-0 pitch. Does not square around, and it is on the knees over the plate for a called strike. On deck, Colby Guy, the designated hitter. See if Moraine's going to be bunting on a 3-1. Huddleston works. He does not. And another pitch on the inside corner called strike. So Chris Monomog gambling a bit right there. He had him bunting on the first 3 pitches, and on the next 2, not squaring around. And we'll have a full count ministry. He's full count. Tucker needs a strikeout in the worst way. Couple looks back to second, and it's a full count first pitch foul ball down the right side. Out of play. Unofficial results of the stat that I keep. 2 for 5 thus far. Tucker back with the ball ready to go. Gets another foul ball out of play. Huddleston working Tyler Bierman out there at second base, trying to keep him close so as not to be able to score. Jake Burris playing very deep in center field. Jace Mizell playing regular. Hunter Searcy playing deep in left field for the cleanup hitter. Runner goes from third base, and the pitch is outside. Ball 4. The base is now loaded. And it may be Chase Birdwell time as head coach Jim McGuire is out of the dugout. And Birdwell's been in this situation before. Bases loaded and nobody out. We'll see if he can do it again. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Chase Birdwell, 6 foot, 200-pound right-handed redshirt sophomore from Lebanon, Tennessee. Came out of Lebanon High School. Physical therapy major, the son of Deanna and Troy Rogers, the brother to Riley, Reese, Raylan, and Mackenzie, grandson of Nana and Gandy in Gallatin, and Gigi and Paul in Lebanon, Tennessee. Chase Birdwell on for his 4th appearance of the year. He's been in this exact position in game 1, as I spoke about earlier. And bases loaded, nobody out. And he came in and a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out to preserve the 1-0 Vol State win against Central Alabama. He has 1 win and 1 save in his 3 previous appearances, 6 2/3 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 11 strikeouts, 0 ERA for the third-year pitcher, Chase Birdwell. He will face Colby Guy, a left-handed hitter who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Middle infield is at double play depth. Birdwell from the stretch. Fastball tapped right back to him. It could be a 1-2-3. Double play, and it is just what the doctor ordered. A Dudak Communications double play. Sorry I didn't switch to the big feed there. That's an error on the broadcaster, but 2 outs. Let's see if we can not get completely out of the inning. Put 2 outs on the board. First base coach Matt Elliott out there talking to the base umpire. So the force was out at home plate, and Braden Vineyard then threw on to Landon Godsey at first. So the 1-2-3 double play on the first pitch delivered by Chase Birdwell. Ryan Trokey now down at third base. And DJ Moran at second base with Blake Templeton at the plate with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Birdwell overhand breaking pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Templeton 1 for 3. Single and scored a run. Fastball just misses outside. Birdwell. First pitch he delivered to Colby Guy. He got a tapper right back to him, and he delivers a strike back to Braden Vineyard, who then throws on to first base to retire Guy. Overhand breaking pitch misses high. Birdwell trying to complete the feat of shutting down an offense when he comes in with no outs and bases loaded for the second time on the young season. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking pitch hit, taps softly. It'll be a tough play for Huddleston. He gloves and throws on the landing Godsey to retire the Warriors here in the top of the 8th inning, and Birdwell does it again. Nice play by Huddleston to retire Templeton. He got a tough hop right there at the end. But Chase Birdwell comes in and slams the door on the Warriors and sends the Pioneers to the bottom of the 8th inning. Folks, we're going to take our break as we started at the last game that we had in a tribute to the only number that's ever been retired in Volunteer State baseball history. The number 8 was worn by Hayden Schrum back in 2005 through 2007 as a Macon County High School graduate, just outside, near Gallatin here. Came as a right-handed pitcher to Vol State, played for head coach Mike Crosland, played a couple years, ended up moving on to MTSU, and during the 2009 season came up with a diagnosis of leukemia and a lot of setbacks, and Hayden Schrum ended up passing away in May of 2010. His motto was "No regrets," and there is a sign out in left center field that memorializes Hayden Schrum and his number 8 that's been retired, and underneath the slogan "No regrets." So just want to remind everybody about Hayden Schrum and thank his family for their support. Here we go in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Landon Godsey steps to the plate, sees the first pitch from Colin Hawkins in there for a called strike. That pitch gets away. Hawkins in his second inning of relief of Lucas Littrell. An outstanding start. There's a ground ball that gets a nice hop for Templeton at third. High throw. It brings the new first baseman off. Apparently Godsey did not touch first base. He tried to do some dipsy-doing out there, and see who number 10 is. Riley House is our new first baseman in for DJ Moran. So that'll be a 5-3 put out ultimately as Brody Melton steps to the plate. Swing and a miss. Melton looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a line out to left field. He can give the Pioneers a lead. He's a strong young man, and he looks at a breaking pitch that stays high. 3-3 as this game started. The first 4 innings, 6 runs scored in the first 4 and nothing since. Swinging an MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side. On deck, Carter Vrabel. Chase Birdwell with a magnificent relief appearance. Swing and a miss, and down goes Melton. First strikeout for Hawkins. Colin Hawkins' third appearance of the year. He has started in his other appearances. So 2 outs. Vrabel will look at a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. Vrabel 1 for 3 with single and 2 strikeouts. Let's see if we can not strike him out. Not sure what's. I think it was a ball. We got 1 ball, 1 strike on Carter Vrabel. Make sure we get the count right. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Breaking pitch hit, catches the corner. Count moves to 2-2. Lights are on here at Pioneer Field in the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Line drive that Carter Vrabel picked off the grass right to Will Henson for out number 3. I didn't know if that ball hit the dirt or not, but Henson makes the catch on the rising liner to retire the Pioneers. We're going to the 9th. Still tied 3-3. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Head to the 9th inning. Just crossed the 2-hour mark in the ball game here. It's a little after 5 o'clock Central Time. And Chase Birdwell back out on the mound for the Pioneers. Tremendous job coming in the 8th with the bases loaded and nobody out to get a Doodat Communications double play. Ground ball back to him. He throws to Vineyard at the plate to force the runner there, and Vineyard throws to first to retire Colby Guy. And then Birdwell retired Templeton on a ground out to Huddleston. Made a nice play on a slow roller. First pitch to Cade Gibson, an MGM Industries foul ball. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Landon Tucker ends up going 1/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. And one happy guy for Chase Birdwell to come in to get him off the hook, a fellow full count 242 D group member. Count now goes 1-2, breaking pitch low and outside. Vineyard caught a good game behind the plate today. No change in the defense for Coach McGuire. Breaking pitch misses outside. Well, by full count Ministries, full count. Hunter Searcy in left, Burris in center, Mizell in right, Vrabel, Huddleston, Hall, and Godsey around the infield. Swing and a foul ball straight back. We are now 3 for 6 on the full count first pitch. Foul balls. Cade Gibson, a sacrifice bunt in the second, fly out in the fourth, and a line out in the sixth. In the seventh, batting here in the ninth inning, and he will have a leadoff walk. Carter Bolt back out with some baseballs for the home plate umpire. They'll bring to the plate Ryan St. Ledger.
Now batting, number 33, Ryan.
As Wendell Perry comes out of the Warriors dugout with another game ball. Wanted to hand it to the home plate umpire, and he said, "Now toss it over there." So runner at first, nobody out. St. Ledger looks at a fastball outside. Was not squaring around a bunt. Surprise move right there. Cade Gibson, the catcher over there at first base, to throw over to first base. Gibson back in time. St. Ledger 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt and an RBI. There's the square round. There's the pitch. Braden Vineyard asked for time, and he wants to go out and talk to Chase Birdwell. I tell you, those pitches look pretty good. Actually, if they're not called strikes, they look good enough to bunt. If your job up there is to sacrifice, I'm kind of surprised that these Warrior batters are not offering at those pitches. You get a pitch that's down in the zone, that's a great pitch to bunt. But they are pulling the bat back and getting a pitch called for a ball. DJ Moran had that earlier. 2-0 count, square around, and another wild pitch. Misses outside. Chase Birdwell in danger of walking his second straight batter. And there is some activity down in the bullpen. See if we can figure out who that is. Wild ball 4 pitch right there. Chase Birdwell with a little bit of a wild streak here to start the top of the ninth inning. They'll bring to the plate Luke Bullens, who's had a perfect day at the plate. Single, a walk, and a single. And as I've heard many a time, if he's not squaring around a bunt, I'll eat my hat. 2 on, nobody out, 9-hole hitter at the plate. And he squares, and the pitch called a strike. Maybe Birdwell's better when he's got the bases loaded. Might be Caleb Pika out there getting loose in the Pioneer bullpen. Another square around. Breaking pitch is bunted straight back, and Birdwell now up in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Tough pitch. That big overhand breaking curveball. Braden Vineyard going to have to be extra steady now behind the plate. If Birdwell's going to throw that big 12-6 curveball, he's going to have to block everything up. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's a ground ball to third base, and it goes foul. Hit something, maybe the edge of the grass, and stayed down, and that could have been trouble. I thought at first there's a chance that ball hit off of the base at third. Carter Vrabel over to try to make a play, but I think it hit the edge of the grass in the dirt and just went foul. Luke Bullens will get another chance. No balls and 2 strikes. Could Birdwell get another Dudak Communications double play? Another bunt attempt, and he fouls it off, and he is out on the strikeout. Square around a bunt with 2 strikes, and Bullens goes down for the first time today. bring to the plate Will Henson.
Now batting, number 12, Will Henson.
Henson 2 for 4. There's a home run, a single, retired on a flyout, and a batter's interference. Changeup looked like something in the dirt. A little off speed, and nice block by Vineyard behind the plate. Keep the runners at first and second. Henson is the leadoff batter for the Warriors. Fastball misses away. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. I was out here early to try to help dry up the field. Had a good bit of rain yesterday, and who's out here with Coach John Ripel with the trying to suck up the water is Chase Birdwell. He gets a fastball in there for a called strike. Braden Vineyard with a bluff throw down to first base, but Landon Godsey not able to get back to the bag in time. So smart play by Vineyard to just hold on to the ball. 2-1 count. Runners lead. That pitch misses just down. And the redshirt sophomore from Lebanon, Tennessee, got the stress level up. And he will walk his third batter of the inning. Came in with only 1 walk. And has given up 3 here in the inning.
Number 5, Tyler Bierman.
So the bases are loaded. 1 out. Birdwell setting it up for another 1-2-3 double play. How about that? Breaking pitch gets in the dirt and gets away from Vineyard, and Rend Lake will take the lead. And everybody moves up a base. Wild pitch. And that's playing with fire, all these walks. Cade Gibson will come in to score. So now the double play is out of order and the infield is playing in. Tyler Bierman swings and misses at a high fastball. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Three walks in the inning, a strikeout, and a wild pitch that brought in the go-ahead run here in the top of the 9th inning. There's a fastball in the outside corner called strike. Bierman 1 for 4. He had a single in his last plate appearance off of Landon Tucker. He was the runner that was retired at the plate on the 1-2-3 double play. Fouled off to the right side. On deck, Ryan Trokey. Birdwell trying to get out of further damage. There's a breaking pitch Bierman just gets a piece of. Glad to have you on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. And we should be on Rend Lake's Twitter page as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes is from the stretch. Line drive up the middle. That'll score at least 1, probably 2, as Bierman delivers a base hit, and he will move to second base on the throw from Jake Burris. 2-run score, and Rend Lake takes a 6-3 lead. Not sure if we even had our cutoff man. I'm not sure if Godsey was over there or not. I didn't see him, but runner just kept going. Ryan St. Ledger scores along with Will Henson. Brings to the plate Ryan Trokey.
Now batting, number 3, Ryan Trokey.
So 3 runs are in. That was the first base hit of the inning. So 3 walks and a single. There's a fastball in the outside corner called strike. One out on the unsuccessful sacrifice bunt with 2 strikes. There's a breaking pitch that missed somewhere. Trokey 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch his last plate appearance. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Swinging a foul ball over the top of the press box. On deck is Riley House, who came in for DJ Moraine. Line drive, softly hit. That will get down in front of Burris. Trokey will be on, and there's the cutoff man as he let the ball go through. Softly hit, but Bierman not sure if that ball was going to be caught. He had to hold up a bit. That puts runners at first and third. So back-to-back singles for Rend Lake. His runners at first and third. So 6 batters have come to the plate. 5 have reached. 3 have come across. And Riley House, for his first plate appearance, throw over to first base.
Up to bat, number 10, Riley House.
Fastball misses low. This is the 4th game that House has entered. He has 2 official at-bats, 1 hit. One RBI. Riley House from West Frankfort, Illinois. 2-0 count. Runner leads off. He swings at the 2-0 pitch and fouls it to the backstop, where Colby Guy will retrieve and throw over to the Pioneer dugout. Chase Birdwell looking for the Dudak Communications double play. Throws over to first base. Bierman at third, Trokey at first. Riley House at the plate with a 2-1 count. Runner stays at first, and House almost looked like it was a hit and run swing. Found that one straight back. But the runner at first was not going. The throw over to first base. Not in time. This game moved along really quickly for the first 8 innings. Runner goes off of first base and bluffs. There's a ground ball, could be 2. Tough hop off Huddleston over to second and on to first base for a 6-4-3 Dudek Communications double play to retire the Warriors. A 6-4-3, and Pioneers prevent any further damage, but 3 big runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 9th, the Pioneers need 3 to tie and 4 to win. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. On to the bottom of the 9th as Rend Lake takes a 3-run lead with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Pioneers will send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Braden Vineyard leading off against Colin Hawkins, who is in line for the win for Rend Lake, and he works quickly. First pitch to Vineyard misses high. Vineyard singled and walked, scored a run, has an RBI. The Pioneers looking to be a leadoff hitter and get on base. Swing and a miss. On deck, Hunter Cersei. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hawkins came on in relief of Lucas Littrell in the 7th inning. This is his 3rd inning of work. Breaking pitch misses outside. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hawkins only giving up a walk, no hits, no runs. Vineyard started to go. They checked down at the base umpire, who says he did not go. And we'll have a full count. Ministries, full count. Big pat on the back to Alex Qualls today, who's handling public address, the DJ, and the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. There's a drive out to left center field, sending Tyler Bierman back. And he will make the catch. We're out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tyler Holsworth, our normal Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operator, had an appointment today and could not make the game. Should be back for tomorrow's doubleheader. Alex Qualls handling all 3. So he's got some plate spinning as well. There's a fastball to Hunter Cersei. Misses away. Alex Qualls, medical red shirt this year. Lipscomb Academy grad right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Cersei 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. Looks now at ball 3 as Hawkins hadn't even been close to the plate. Pioneers will take runners any way they can get them. Matt Hall on deck, and then the top of the order. There's a fastball down low. 4-pitch walk, second walk of the game by Hawkins, who had started, gone 8 innings in his other 2 starts. Did lead the team coming into today's action with walks with 5. Now has 7. That brings to play Matt Hall, who should be taking till he gets a strike. Doesn't. Hits a line drive into right field. That'll be down for a base hit. Should be, but didn't. That's my conservative baseball strategy. But Matt Hall, with his first base hit, he hits it into right field. The 7th hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. So with 1 out, the tying run steps to the plate in the person of the pride of Grove City, Ohio, Jake Burris. Burris 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a sacrifice bunt. Will not be sacrificing here. He'll be looking to drive the ball in a gap. Cersei at second, Hall at first. Pitch goes low. Make him throw you strikes here, Jake Burris. On deck, Ethan Huddleston. Wind looks like it's died down a good bit now. There's a drive out to left field, sending Bierman back. It's over his head, off his glove, to the fence. Rounding third base is Cersei, and he will score without a throw. Jake Burris, with his second double of the ball game, drives in a run, putting runners now at second and third. So the tying run is at second base. So Hunter Cersei, who reached on a walk, comes around to score, and out of the dugout, head coach Chris Motomog, and that will be the end of the line for Colin Hawkins. We'll have a new pitcher for the Warriors. We'll tell you about him right after this break. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Back here in the bottom of the ninth in Gallatin, Tennessee, new pitcher on for the Warriors. The Summit Concrete call to the bullpen brings in another left-hander, Hunter McLeod, 6'3", 215-pound freshman from Abbotsford, British Columbia. This is his second appearance, first appearance in relief. Has a complete game through 6 innings in a win. 4 hits, 2 runs that were earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Looking to nail down a save for the Warriors with runners at second and third and Ethan Huddleston at the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike. So 3 left-handers in a row for Chris Modelmog, head coach of Rend Lake Warriors. Thought I had heard him say that McLeod might have been a starter in Game 3 of the series tomorrow, but he's bringing him on to try to nail this win down. Breaking pitch swung on and missed by Huddleston. Down in the count now, 0-2. So Jake Burris with an RBI double put runners now in scoring position. On deck, Jace Mizell. Matt Hall at third, Jake Burris at second. Off-speed pitch catches Huddleston looking. That was a nasty looking pitch by McLeod. Two outs now, and it's all up to Jace Mizell with his grandparents, Danny and Brenda, here in attendance. I believe his dad, Sean, will be down from Metropolis, Illinois tomorrow, but Jace Mizell with a chance to be a hero here. Fastball down low. So 2 outs. I'll get it right. 2 outs. 1-0 count to Mizell. Looking for his first hit of the game. Fastball high and away. Got a base open, but that'd be putting the winning run on base if you're working around him with one of the hottest hitters for the Pioneers on deck, Landon Godsey. 2-0. Swinging and a foul straight back. Mizell saw that one well. The 2-1 from McLeod. Breaking pitch. Mizell stayed in there on that one, but fouled it straight back. Pioneers down to their last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and a 2-run deficit faced by Vol State over Rend Lake here in Game 1 of the 3-game series. Breaking pitch has popped up into the infield. Will Henson will make the catch for the 3rd out of the contest and give Rend Lake their 5th win of the year against 2 losses. Pioneers tried to get a late rally, but fall to Rend Lake 6-4. And Hunter McLeod will come in and get the save. And Colin Hawkins will get the win. Hawkins will move to, let's see, he will move to 2-0 on the season. And Chase Birdwell will take the loss, and he will move to 1-1. Make sure that's correct. I believe he was 1-0 when he came in. He was. So he will fall to 1-1. The Pioneers will fall to 6-5. On the season, Rend Lake moves to 5-2. And a doubleheader set for tomorrow, beginning at 1 o'clock. The right rug flooring player of the game for the Pioneers will be Jake Burris, who finished with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs, going 2 for 4. A big ninth inning double to drive in the 4th run for the Pioneers, but just not enough as Rend Lake gets timely pitching all three pitchers that they threw at the Pioneers were left-handers. I believe tomorrow they'll be going with a right-hander. I believe it's going to be Matthew Ray. Let me see if he is a right-hander. I believe he's going for game one. I believe that Eli Klopfelter will go game one for the Pioneers. So we have a final in 9 innings. Rend Lake, 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Pioneers, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. A rough top of the 9th inning for Chase Birdwell as he walks 3 batters and gives up a single, or actually 2 hits. And he will take the loss for the Pioneers, 6-4. Clausey, you got to have that handshake before you leave, don't you? You're throwing me off, man. All right, Alex Qualls, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for the good job today here in the press box. Tomorrow's game should start at 1 p.m. Central Time. Thank you all for watching and listening. But first, we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It'll be out of the book of Acts, and this is the verse that the Full Count 242 groups meet, and the Vol State group will meet tomorrow morning. 5 guys that have been meeting for several months now. Acts 2:42 that says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. And Full Count, or the Vol State 242 group, breaks bread at Chick-fil-A in Gallatin on Friday mornings. So just a shout out to Chick-fil-A, a little Christian chicken, get you going for a doubleheader tomorrow. So this is Tim Reese for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire as the Pioneers drop game 1 of the 3-game set 6-4 versus Rend Lake Warriors. We'll be back tomorrow for more Pioneer action here on the Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Please join us on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Good night, everybody, and God bless.